Hello, Dr. Bose giving you a video overview of what to expect for due date number 5 online and hybrid students. As you've seen in previous videos, do please recall that even though this video is constructed in the online shell, for my hybrid students, the directions will be very similar. So let's just kind of talk through what to do for this due date. For this one, you're going to be drafting your annotated bibliography. So you're actually going to be producing and uploading a draft of your annotated bibliography to Google Docs, and you're going to be, which will be ready for comment, peer review comment, which I'll talk more about for the next video. But for this one, so you've spent some time thus far narrowing topics, finding a research question, and then finding a source. And at this point, I'll have given you feedback on that research. So armed with all of that, now you've got to select all of your sources for project number 1, okay? And this is going to be fairly extensive because this is an annotated bibliography. So that's what you're going to be doing. So you'll select your sources for this project. So you're going to want to read through all of these readings, and there is quite a bit here. So you don't need to spend so much time on the APA style stuff or on the GCC Citations Guide Index, but please know that they are there. Okay. You'll spend most of the time doing readings from the Insider's Guide, as well as from Writer's Help 2.0, which, of course, if you haven't done this already, and you should have, you'll need to have accessed the guide that way. Okay, so you're going to be doing that. You want to evaluate the sources that you found. Okay, pick 2 non-scholarly texts. Okay, and if you don't have 2 non-scholarly, like, hey, they're all coming from peer-reviewed academic journals, which is basically what I mean by scholarly, then you can just pick 2 sources. And you're going to be completing an activity that's from your Insider's Guide, as well as from your student guide for this one. Cancel that. All right, so you're going to be evaluating the sources. You'll synthesize those sources. And synthesize is just a fancy name for like making connections between the research that you've already found in order to come up with key points and content that will be delivered in the draft of your paper. So that's all that synthesis really means. Okay, it's actually not going to take quite as much time. Okay, but you do still want to do a little bit of time on this, and the student guide has some really good advice here about on strategies. Finally, you're going to be spending the most time on actually drafting your annotated bibliography. Okay, there's going to be like some quiz questions, and when I say quiz, they're basically just like a checklist. Did you fulfill certain requirements as you produced your draft? Catchy title, correct header info, that kind of thing. You'll see that in the quiz, but really, this isn't so much as a quiz as you just writing a complete draft of your annotated bibliography in your Google Doc. Now, I'm going to make sure that you know this, but for your Google Docs, they need to be accessible to everyone in the course. So they cannot be password restricted, and they cannot be open to only certain individuals. Your link has to be public, and you're going to need to check that out. If it's not public, then unfortunately you cannot get any points for this. So do please make sure that your link is accessible. Okay. That is all for this due date, drafting your annotated bibliography. There's quite a bit to do here, but if you've gotten this far, then I commend you, and I look forward to continuing working with you. Please look at my individualized feedback from the last time in order to kind of get some hopefully helpful advice from me on selecting good sources for Project 1, because we will definitely need that at this time. Okay, thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.